Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. I'm wearing a Mennonite pin. Happy birthday to me. Hi everyone, it's Leah Fly Hinata here. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Leah. I'm the host of this wonderful channel. I do cosplay, I do makeup, I do vlogs, I do gaming, I do a little bit of everything sometimes. And if you're not new here, welcome back. As you can tell from the title of this video, it's my birthday. Also, I'm in a really good mood because I woke up to so many nice messages from you guys. Just put a smile on my face, and it was such a great start to my day. So I wanted to go ahead and film this video before I eat cake and do what one does on the birthday, like sitting and scrolling Twitter and playing games. But I'm going to do some Q&A today so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. You kind of sent me questions like 2 years ago, and I haven't had the chance to answer them. I forgot about them. And we're gonna do that today while I get ready, do a look, pick an outfit, and go about my birthday day inside my house. So let's get started. Okay, so this is my closet. I currently don't have all of my stuff in here, but yeah, I just moved to a new place, so I haven't unpacked everything yet. And I mean, I'm not going outside today, so I don't need to be super fancy, but you know, sometimes it just feels nice to dress up. So I think I'm gonna go with this dress, which is black with these little stars on it, which is really cute, that I actually stole from Mia. So we're gonna base a look around this, and then we'll see what happens, because I don't really do dark colors all that often. So let's go with that. And we are back. I have this very cute Mennonite pin that I'm gonna be using. That's gonna go like right here after we're all done. Or am I wearing it as a brooch? I don't know. I have to see what actually looks the best. But I think it would be super cute to use this. I will link where I got this in the description below. It's from a shop called Arcade Healer, and I've been trying to get their Waddle Dee pins for like ever. So if anyone wants to get me a late birthday gift, I really love Waddle Dee. So just so you know. Okay, so let's get started. So I already washed my face this morning, so I'm just going to go ahead in with my moisturizer, and it is the Chalk Chalk Glowing Moisturizer that I use. It's nothing fancy, and honestly, I probably should get a new one because it's kind of drying off a little bit, but let's go ahead and get started with some questions. Twitter user Moshi Mochi asked me, do you typically cosplay characters you currently relate to or ones who you wish you could be more like? We're gonna get introspective. So I would say that I usually cosplay characters that I already currently relate to, like Mitsuki Izumi or Shoyo Hinata, just because I think that the characters I cosplay are kind of varied. It's like characters that I'm like and characters that I would never want to be like. No offense, Komaeda Nagito. Love you. Next, I'm going to be using this hydrating serum called Lue by Jean Co. Twitter user Subaki, you know the rest if you know, says, what's been your favorite con so far and why? I would say that my favorite con so far has been Colossal Con East and just Colossal Con in general. I will go out and say that I don't really appreciate Colossal Con's handling of the pandemic, nor do I appreciate their panel decisions. But their con was fun, and really they didn't do anything to make my con experience like amazing or anything. It was really like my friends and I had a really great time going to the water park, and we participated in a masquerade. We had a whole group. We just had a really great time, and the Poconos are really fun. So I would say that Colossal Con has been my favorite, but no shade. I won't get into that today. So we are going to use this NYX foundation, Total Control, And we're just going to apply it all over my face. We are not going to do it. I'm going to do it. Twitter user Gay King Derek asked, how did you get into cosplay? I got into cosplay in summer of 2015, and I was cosplaying Korra. And I got into cosplay because some of my new college friends were doing cosplay. And I just thought it would be really cool to become a character, and what better way to do that than do it with your friends at a convention. I was big into anime while I was in like middle and high school, but I didn't really have friends to talk about it with, so college was really the first time that I had friends to talk about my anime interests with. So that really motivated me to kind of go to an event where I could meet more people who were interested in anime and video games. Like, I didn't really know what cons were until like the late end of high school, and then I didn't actually get to go to one until my freshman year of college. So when I see these high schoolers and middle schoolers going to cons, I'm like, you go, find your friends, but also be careful because there are a lot of weirdos out here. So yes, I got into cosplay through my college friends, and I'm very grateful for them because they still cosplay with me now, and we still go to cons together, so it's been fun. I'm going to actually put contacts in, so I'm going to go grab those. I will be right back. Wow. And we have contacts now. These contacts are Ice Flora. I'm not sure if you can see them. I got them from Assist Cosplay, and they're really bright and vivid, and they're the contacts that have worked the best for my eyes. I really like them. I would recommend them. And I probably should have put my concealer on first, but you know, we are living on the edge of glory right now. So let's put on some concealer. Pepperoni Gal asked me, what has been my biggest challenge in making a cosplay so far? And I would say my biggest challenge has been like actually working on the cosplays ahead of time and not procrastinating. Like, I would say I'm a huge procrastinator. And also just getting things to look the way that I want them to look. I worked on Saratoga 10 for about 2 months, and I just hit a lot of roadblocks with that costume. It was a lot of accessories, a lot of trying to figure out, you know, what would look best, how to be accurate without sacrificing a lot of time or a lot of money, which not like I have a ton of. And yeah, that costume was definitely a huge challenge, but also just time management for cosplay is a huge issue for me, and I feel like many cosplayers out there. So if you want to work on a really big build or something that's like gonna be time consuming, you better plan for that. Like, budget your time. Do not wait till, you know, 1 week before the con to bang out a costume unless you have the time and resources to do that, because then you're just gonna be stressed out. And I've always hated doing it, and I know plenty of other people hate doing it. So that's definitely been one of my biggest challenges, time management. Have I cosplayed any of my dream cosplays yet? Yes. I mean, Saratoga 10 was a dream cosplay because I never thought I would be able to do it. I put it off for a while because I was like, no, there's no way I can do that. And then I did it. I would also say Carnelian was a dream cosplay, but I wouldn't say that I really did that to my full ability, because there are a lot of things I would change about that costume now, looking back at it, but I did it, and I think that doing it is important too, because I'm kind of a perfectionist. Like, if I want to do a costume, I'm gonna do it, but I want to do it perfectly, and that's also been one of my challenges. My favorite part of cosplaying is doing it with my friends. Like, if there were no friends in cosplay, then I wouldn't do it. The best part about this is just like geeking out with my friends over their costumes and having fun with them and pretending to be the characters that we are cosplaying and just having fun. That's pretty much my favorite part of cosplaying. I don't think that, you know, any of the awards that I've won, though they do make me feel nice, or, you know, any of the attention that I've gotten can come anywhere close to the happy feelings that I get when I'm spending time with my friends at a con. Like, they're just the best part about cosplaying. And I think that a lot of people need to keep that in mind. Like, why aren't you enjoying cosplaying anymore? Why aren't you enjoying conventions anymore? Is it because you're putting too much time and effort into thinking about, oh, how can I be the flashiest at the convention, rather than like, how can I enjoy myself the most? And I think that for some people, like making the most impressive costume and, you know, getting stopped a million times in the hallway, for them, that brings them joy for cosplay. And that's totally fine. But for me, I definitely think it's my friends. And I think that a lot of people would be happier, especially at conventions where there are like hundreds of people all around, if you were there with good friends and good company. I think that good company definitely makes a con experience, and it's made my cosplay experience as well. Okay, so we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. I'm gonna do a darker than usual eye look that I do, so if I mess this up, don't at me. We're just gonna keep moving along with these questions. So Caddy asked me, do I have interest in cosplay contests and masquerades? And I will say, this time 2 years ago, I had not done any cosplay contests or masquerades, but to date, I have actually done 2 cosplay contests / masquerades. And I have won in both of those competitions. So yeah, I'm tooting my horn a little bit. I'm tooting the horn. Toot, toot. We didn't win Best in Show or anything, so I'll reel back the toot. But that was really fun. And just doing it with my friends has been really fun. So yes, I did have interest in it at the time. I just did not have the courage, but now I'm a braver cosplayer who just does not care about what other people think. Okay, well, everyone cares what people think, but I care less, and I care more about having fun. So doing masquerades has been fun for me, but you know, we're kind of not able to do anything right now, so as soon as we come back, I am definitely doing a masquerade again. Ooh, she's kind of spooky. It's only August, it's not October yet. But she's kind of spooky. So, Twitter user Kimchi Kimsey asks, do you have any tips for people starting to get into cosplay? A tip would be, don't try to do the biggest cosplay that you can think of right when you start cosplaying, because you, 1, will probably be really frustrated, or 2, be really disappointed with the way that it comes out. I would say that just starting off small with something like cosplays that you can modify to make into the character's costume are the easiest to start with, rather than trying to do something like super elaborate. Yeah. And lifesavers for cosplaying and cons. Well, you should always bring snacks. You should always bring a battery pack. You should always bring, like, food money. Now, when I say food money, I don't mean, like, money that you may or may not spend on charms. I mean, like, money that is, like, specifically designated to be for your food for the weekend. Because I have seen way too many cosplayers collapse from not eating enough or not drinking enough. Like, please, take care of yourself. You know that at cons, like, the food nearby is gonna be expensive. Like, even the McDonald's raised their prices. Like, don't be that guy getting carried out, you know, by the ambulance because you passed out from exhaustion or like starvation or dehydration, and you have to miss part of the con because you're not feeding yourself. So I feel very strongly about that. Please eat and please drink, because that is very important. I would also say you should take full advantage of cosplay repair. Like, sometimes they don't always have what you might need, but 9 times out of 10, they'll be able to help you better than yourself sitting there with, like, your thread and needle. Unless you're, like, an advanced cosplayer. But when I was first starting out, I made several trips to cosplay repair, and they were so kind. And just at every con I've ever been to, cosplay repair, they're always some of the nicest people that I encounter at a con, because you never know when you're going to have a little accident. That thing that you hot glued together does not stay together anymore, and you're just having a meltdown. But no, you don't have to have a meltdown, because cosplay repair is there for you. Most of the time, I would say. I've never had a bad experience with cosplay repair, but I would say it's a good resource to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm kind of liking this look that we have going on here. It's like gold and black. Let's get the next question loaded up. So, Bakatuhana says, what is your dream cosplay? Like the character you really want to do but didn't yet. So I don't know how well known this information is, but my favorite anime character of all time is Lelouch V. Britannia from Code Geass, and doing his Emperor outfit has been kind of a dream of mine, but also it's kind of ugly, so I don't really want to do that. I just want to cosplay him in general. Like, I've kind of wanted to do his Zero outfit, and I wanted to, like, make my own helmet and make my own suit, but that has seemed kind of unappealing to me. But I just want to cosplay Lelouch. I just want to be a tall, handsome Bishonen that rules over all of Britannia. Is that so, maybe the world? Is that so hard to ask for? Maybe. Maybe it is. But yes, that is my dream cosplay. To cosplay Lelouch. That's all I want. I just want a Code Geass group. So if you like Code Geass, message me. Let's cosplay together. I want it to happen. Even if we do a virtual, like, cosplaying together. Let's make it happen. Bring Code Geass back in 2020. I still need to watch the movie. I'm a fake fan. Okay, so we are going to be adding some glitter before I put my eyeliner on, because it would not be a birthday look if Leah Flahinade did not add glitter. Mind Meats, that's the username, asked me, do you cosplay anywhere else besides conventions? Yes, I do cosplay other places besides conventions. This question doesn't really age that well because I kind of have to cosplay other places besides conventions because of COVID. But yes, I cosplay on my YouTube channel. I cosplay when I want to just take pictures and we want to go somewhere, out to a garden or to a park or just going down to DC. Yeah, I do cosplay outside of conventions. I used to be a little weird about it, like, oh, I don't want to cosplay outside of conventions because I don't want people to stare at me. But then I learned that people stare anyway, so you might as well do it in cosplay. And as long as you're with friends, it really doesn't feel that weird, at least for me. I don't know, I'm kind of weird, like, I don't care what people think, especially in public. Like, oh, you want to ask me a bunch of questions? Well, I can ask you a bunch of, like, weird invasive questions back, so that's whatever. Now we are very glittery, but that is okay. Fidelia the One asked me, do I have any tips for removing foundation from a wig? Because of the way my cosplay's wig is, it keeps rubbing on my cheeks and therefore the makeup on said cheeks, and now my wigs have a weird shade of brown. I feel you on this one, and the only thing that I have found that works most of the time is spot cleaning with a makeup wipe. Like, I have this problem with especially lighter colored wigs where my brown foundation will show up, and it's really annoying because I just want to wear my wigs without worrying about it coming off. And even though I seal my makeup like a good makeup wearer does, I still have this problem. So yeah, spot cleaning with a makeup wipe. That's pretty much all that I can recommend. I have a question from Takumi Towns that says, how are you so dang cute? Well, my mother gave me good genes, you see. But then she followed up with a real question, which is, who is your favorite kind of character to cosplay? And my favorite kinds of characters to cosplay are ones who I can be just like when I'm cosplaying. But I would say that they're characters that are just fun to play as, characters that'll get a reaction out of people. It's just really fun to interact with complete strangers at conventions based on the characters that you're being. And I don't mean that in like a cringy way, like I want to, you know, do weird ship pictures with like randos, which, I mean, if that's your thing, then like good on you. But just like having those like interactive moments, like where people yell your character's catchphrase, though I'm gonna say that Nico Nico Ni got real old real quick back in like 2015 when I was cosplaying her. But it was still fun. One question that I didn't get in this post 2 years ago was a question that I feel like I get asked kind of often by other cosplayers, and maybe it wasn't asked here because the climate was kind of different in the cosplay community, or maybe I wasn't really as open about talking about these issues at that time, but how do you deal with the intimidation of cosplaying while black? And I would say that I just kind of do my own thing. I tried my best to just portray the characters that I love and don't worry about what other people have to say and what other people think about your cosplay. Like, I've gotten some really nasty comments on my cosplays before. People have dropped slurs. People have called me names. They've made fun of my appearance. And to that I say, screw them. Like, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying what you're doing, then there's absolutely no reason why you should feel bad about cosplaying. Like, what are they doing? First of all, if they're not even a cosplayer, well, they don't even know what it took for you to get into cosplay. Like, actually putting on the cosplay takes work. Doing the makeup for cosplay takes work. Buying the cosplay takes money. Are they paying for your cosplay? Are they putting the cosplays on for you? I don't think so. Are they making the cosplays? No. So who cares what these people think? And if they're fellow cosplayers, like if they're cosplayers from other countries who say, oh, you're not like accurate to this character because you're not the correct color, well, like, who cares about them? They can honestly, everyone should just use the block and mute buttons freely. Like, people who comment nasty stuff to me, I just block them because they don't deserve to see my content and I don't deserve to deal with their BS. But I would say that at that point, sometimes it's just best to log off. Don't reply to comments. Don't like make a huge deal about it, because the more attention you give to these trolls, the more they're going to do what they're doing. So I don't mean to get into such a serious topic on me birthday, but it really just bothers me to see black cosplayers, brown cosplayers getting harassed and hated on for not looking like the character. This is a whole separate video, but I will say, just do you. Just do you. And that's all you can do. And that rhymed. I'm so tired of rhyming things when I don't mean it. This is my fancy in the house look for my birthday. I hope that the questions that I answered were helpful to you to gain a little more information about cosplay and also just about me in general and my life perspective on things. And yeah, I'm glad we could grow closer. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, I'm wearing a Mennonite pin. Happy birthday to me.
I can't wink.
Yeah,
You can't wink. No, look.
Okay, so we're playing Among Us. Ew, why am I brown?
I was wondering why you're brown. And then I was in the animation fixing the wires, and then he was right next to me.
So he could have possibly killed Mia while you were working on your task.
Well, I thought he was going to kill me, and then I quickly did. That's why.
Well, why aren't you?
Well, he
I'm
did.
trying to figure out who. Okay, I'm like you.
I think he killed Mia. Okay, IDB time. We're doing custom.